highest thing that we have noticed that have been taking a scale in this issue is that there's a lot of blame game on the field. So all the camp, each and every one, the group of the
no,
government.
This is a newspaper, and
yes,
journalists are independent.
No, I'm not referring to the newspaper. I'm talking about because the newspaper work on based on information that have been given to them. That's what I'm saying. That we have realized that most often. Any group like maybe the group of separatist fighters, they always try to try to create some funny things to say that the government official, the government defense and security forces want to do this, or the separatist fighter on their part try to do everything possible to try to implicate the government or the government forces on some certain type of funny thing that they are planning to do this without having any concrete proof. When there's something as such, at least we need to keep the blame game aside and look for possible ways of resolving this conflict. All these kind of things will not take us anyway. If we keep spending our time blaming each other, saying that no, this one is supposed to do this, like what happened in Manfe. Actually, the result is that the hospital was burned to ashes. But we keep saying, this one said that separatist fighters say that no, you are burned by the government force. The government force said that you are burned by separatist fighters. And all this blame game will not help us. But the hospital has been burned.
We have satellites, we have other NGOs, we have other eyes that are on the northwest and southwest. So are we saying that those eyes on the northwest and southwest, they have not been able to dictate who actually carried out the act?
No, well, maybe they are still working to that effect, but until now, I don't think there have been any clear evidence of those who are actually responsible for the act. So we talk with people on the ground.
But there are only two groups.
Versions.
There are only two groups fighting: the separatists and the government.
The separatists and the government. That is true, but sometimes we have been told that there are so many kind of separatists. We have the separatists that really belong to a group like the group of ADF, the group of interim government. We have some special type of separatist fighters that are not known to somehow. Some says that belong to some elites of these regions. Some are being backed by the ministers.
They are separatists. Now, if you call yourself already a separatist, it means that you are a separatist. Whether you belong to the camp that has
it depends now on their modus operandi, because there are some of these separate group of separatists that the one are saying that are special white collar separatists that are doing some funny things or working for special people that are the special people are sponsoring them to be doing things so that they will be tagging maybe the other separatists, the real separatists that they are the one responsible for this act. So that's why I said that issue of blame game will not take us anywhere.
On se retrouve dans une cacophonie où on a plusieurs groupes appelés séparatistes.
Actually, that's the reality. Because we have a lot of kidnapping on the field that people are being kidnapped on daily basis. Whereas most of those that are being that are perpetrating such acts are not even the separatist fighters. So these things they are not the one doing this. There are a lot of funny things that are happening on the ground. We have some other funny groups. We have other funny groups that are being going on. Actually, they are thieves. But we have been told that there are some other separatist groups that have been created by some elites.
Les séparatistes, les vrais séparatistes laissent
struggling? Why would the elites who are struggling, Gladys, to fix this problem be creating other groups to tarnish the image of the other camp?
No, it does not only mean end that tarnishing the image of the other camp, because no shadow that when this issue is coming more of there are a lot of war
they are not also happy seeing what is happening.
No, sometimes we may pretend in public like this, but when we go behind, it's not the same thing that we do, because there are a lot of war entrepreneurs that are working, do everything possible to make sure that the crisis is not solved, for them to continue raping or what they are raping as a result of the conflict, because a lot of people are gaining a lot of money from the war. So this kind of people will do everything possible to maintain the status quo so that the problem will not be resolved.
When you burn down the hospital to maintain the status quo, how long do you think it is going to take you to build back the hospital in your community that you are burning down?
That is what we are saying, because if under no circumstances, no reason, there's no justification for burning down a hospital, be it in time of war or in time of conflict. Those are very grievous offenses that should, under normal circumstances, at least we keep praying that when something as such should happen, the government should do everything possible to investigate and arrest the perpetrators of this, so that to make sure that they are punished according to the terms of the law.
They have not only committed national
but international law as well.
Yes, they have broken the international law, which means that the international community also has to do something. We have the criminal court, the International Court of Justice, and all those criminal courts in The Hague and whatever. What is it that is not yet ripe for such institutions to come in?
Well, I was saying that it's the rule of the government, part of the right of the rule or the responsibility of the government to make sure that they investigate and arrest and prosecute all these people. Because normally the laws, this is first of all the conflict happening here in Cameroon is a non-international armed conflict. That's a conflict within Cameroon. So normally when it is a conflict as such, it is the responsibility of the government of that country to make sure that
we saw that in Rwanda, other countries, and And at the end of the day, those people were, you know...
Yes, that's what I'm saying, that the first rule is that it's the responsibility of the government to make sure that all those who are perpetrating such crimes are arrested and prosecuted. If it's when the government fail in doing all these now that this international community can come in or whatsoever to make sure that possible these things.
Vous voulez nous faire croire qu'en 5 ans que cette crise est perdue, le gouvernement n'a pas encore échoué?
No, actually, the government has failed in all sense of
Donc,
it. Because when you look critically, when I talk about government arresting, investigating, arresting some of these people.
I know you work closely with the international organization, with the international community. So what is still holding the international community down to come in?
Oh, well, I cannot say exactly what is still holding the international community to come in because the conflict seems very complex.
Is it their interest?
Oh, I cannot really say whether it's their interest or not.
They know that this territory belongs to this country. And when we talk about international community,